Welcome to another edition of Zacks Rank Buy. I am Brian Boland, and I am the aggressive growth stock strategist. And I've got two more stocks for your aggressive growth radar screen. And these are some big tech names. You've all heard of them. You all know them. You love them. Let's get right to the big one. It's bringing in all the clicks, and it is NVIDIA. NVIDIA's ticker, if you didn't know it, is NVDA. NVIDIA. You know, most people shy away from these multi-$100 stocks, but not this one for some reason. Why? Because it keeps on going up. Take a look at that chart. Look at that. It's going up. I know it's coming in a little bit from almost testing 1,000 and then slipping a little bit today on this idea that these chip companies are all getting together because power demand for AI is so huge. Electricity, who knew it? All right, so Zacks rank number one. That's a strong buy. It's a B for growth and an F for value, and that's that growth divergence that I love to see. Strong growth score, weak value score that tells me I'm on the right path for growth. $2 trillion market cap. It's a big one. It's a big boy. It's a big girl. It's a big stock. Let's not give it a gender, shall we? We have enough confusion there. All right, 18%, 29%, 19%, 13%. They beat the number, and they beat it big. They beat it good. And we can see on an absolute basis, those numbers are getting bigger and bigger. Why are you a Zacks rank one? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because earnings estimates are moving up this quarter, 468 to 548. Next quarter, 498 to 574. Wow, drifting. Full year, $20.14 up to $23.84. And next year, 23 going all the way up to $27 per share. Do you have the growth that I need to see? Do you have the growth? Boy, you sure do. On this fiscal year, you look at it, 72% top line growth on a $105 billion base. That's pretty outstanding. Next fiscal year is pedestrian at 18% growth. Those numbers have a way of keep on moving up as long as his AI craze is intact. All right, what's your valuation? Only, and I'm saying only 36 times forward earnings. That makes this stock rather cheap in comparison to the Nifty 50, right? And especially when you see 265% growth on a year-over-year basis. All right, 50 times price to book value. People hate that, but asset slim, so to speak, not super slim, but kind of slim. 35 times sales, meaning the market values every dollar of sales tremendously. All right, look at these margins. We go from 33% to 49% on operating margins. Great to see if you've been long for a year. And when I say that, we look at the chart. You can't even remember the pandemic to this name. It's going up. It had the tech wreck of 2022, but ever since then, just get out of the way. We're going up. We're going up, and the estimates are going up with the stock. So, a lot of foundational reasons to be long NVIDIA. Minor pullback here as we're looking at this stock today, having a little bit of trouble. Is 5% a little bit of trouble? Is 3%? Is 4%? No, it's no big deal. It's $30 on a big base. Stock will recover. I promise you that. Earnings are coming up. Well, for this one, they're a little off cycle. Let's just get to our next one. It is CyberArk Software at CYBR, another multi-$100 stock. Not feeling it today like NVIDIA, but going down nonetheless. It's a Zacks rank number one. That's a strong buy. This one also a B and an F. B for growth, F for value. We're like a little tiny child here, 10 billion only. But I mean, 10 billion is still a pretty darn big company. It's embarrassing. The last one. All right, had a big earnings report, stock jumped up, came back in, and it's just been hanging out at 260. Take a look at our numbers that we love to see. Are you beating the number? The answer is yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. These are big beats that has an average of 76% thanks to this one, where we were looking for a loss and posted a gain. And ever since then, it's been sky-high earnings in comparison. Why are you a Zacks rank number one? I'm so glad you asked. It's because the estimates are moving up 26 to 27 cents. Ooh, a little reversal here. 28 to 30. Here we've got $1.72 to $1.76 for the full year. The rank cares more about the full year, and so we're inching higher there. Do you have the growth that we love to see? You do. And importantly here, we're seeing, 23% and then 22, just a hair below. Going to have 925 million sales and then over to $1 billion. So good numbers there from CyberArk, cybersecurity play. All right, let's check out our valuation. 147 times forward earnings. That's a lot for the 32% top line growth. We've got 13 times book, almost 14 times sales. And we see our operating margins are negative here. That's probably a weird thing there, but let's jump ahead to the price. And we can see this one doesn't trade clearly as wildly here. Here we have the pandemic. We're going up, tech wreck, and then ever since then off to the races. Some big moves. Big separation there in these earnings lines tells me that there is earnings growth there and lots of it. And that's the reason for the stock moving a lot higher. It's CyberArk, CYBR. All right, that's it for this week. Be sure to join us next week when we look at 2 more stocks for your aggressive growth radar screen. But until then, why don't you go to Zacks.com/promo to check out all of our latest promotions.